Hi, just going to give you a video to explain the symbol comparison indicator for TradeStation. This is basically an indicator that lets you compare two symbols. You can compare any symbol you want on a chart or a radar screen or in the scanner, and this can be used to compare things maybe against the SPY just to see which stocks are outperforming or underperforming. And you could also do things like within an ETF, like the Qs. Maybe you could find the top performers there if you wanted to. So we'll show you how to do that, but first just some information here. Our website and email is right here, so if you want to send an email with questions or suggestions, please do so here. And want to show the legal info, I would urge you to pause the video and read through this completely. Basically, we're saying everything that we do is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended to give you any kind of financial advice. No buy or sell recommendations are made, nothing like that. This is just educational, and we encourage you to get the help and the training from the appropriate professionals before you make any kind of investing or financial decisions. Okay, well, let's get going here. Okay, I've got a chart pulled up in RadarScreen and the indicator applied with the default settings in both cases. So you can see Apple, and basically what the indicator shows you is how it's performing versus the reference symbol. So in the default, I'll show you the setup here. You can see if you can compare any two symbols on a chart if you want, and we'll show you that later, but if you leave this blank, then it just uses the symbol that's on the chart, or the one that's in the symbol column in RadarScreen, to compare against symbol 2, which is the default is the S&P 500 ETF, the SPYs. And it has 3 different terms, and this is a daily chart, so it would be over the past 5 days, so basically a week, or 21 days, which is roughly a month, and 126 days, which is about a 6-month period. So this will do a comparison of the symbol in the chart versus SPY over these 3 time periods. So we'll say okay, close that. So you can see here's our indicator here, and the average 3 is the long term, average 2 is the medium term, and then average 1 is the short term. So you can see the green line here, basically this is saying Apple has been outperforming the SPY when looking back at the 6-month performance, for a long time. And that just means that it's been outperforming the SPY, not necessarily that it's always going up. It's just doing better than what the SPY has done over this time period. So as you can see with the blue line, this is the 1-month comparison. It peaked and then it started going down. The SPY was doing better in this period. And then short term, the week, you can kind of see the fluctuations in the week as the weekly performance as Apple and SPY trade. So over here, this shows you how many bars the Apple has been outperforming the spiders, and then you can see medium term. Let's see, we got the medium term right here, the blue line you can see, so it's been below for 24 bars, and then in the short term, the weekly, it's been, well, right there, the last 2 days it's been above. So you can kind of see how these lines correspond over here, and this is these are also the inputs, or the fields we would use in the scanner if you wanted to search for certain conditions, and I'll show you how to do that in a bit. So you can see I've got some of the ETFs here, and so like the financials, you can see have been underperforming for a while. The 6-month line, the 1 week, it's been kind of fluttering along, and then in 1 month it's been down. And as you can see, overall it's down. And I don't know. Let's see. Let's look at the transportation. You can see it's kind of been underperforming. It kind of started going down. It's been underperforming the SPYs for past maybe 3 weeks, about a month. And let's see, stocks like Netflix. Netflix has been on a tear. So you can see the let's open this up a little bit. You can see for a long time, the 6-month line, Netflix has been outperforming the SPYs for a long time, even back into 2017. And then on the 1 month, it's been been outperforming for quite a while too. And just something I was going to investigate. It seems like a lot of times if something's outperforming in the 6-month time frame, once it kind of takes this dip and comes back out and comes back above the 0 line in the 1-month time frame, sometimes that's a good time to kind of start looking for a long. But like I say, I need to research that and see if that's holds true in a lot of cases. You can kind of see here it was above, and boom, it kicks up, and we get a good move. Gets right in here, kind of a little bit of a move, and then over here kind of kicks up. So nothing's perfect, but seems like something worth investigating. And let's see, I can show you. Say you want to let's see, we'll insert a second. Let's see, we'll insert another instance of this, and I'll just show like we'll do the Qs versus the S&P on this chart. So if you want to, it'll show you you've got the Qs, so you can see how basically the NASDAQ 100 stocks are doing versus the spiders. And again, for the 6 months, that index has been doing pretty well, and just can help you track if you want to. You could build a chart of the Qs versus the SPY, maybe the TLT, so you can see how bonds are doing versus the SPY. Whatever you want to do. There's as many instances of this indicator as you want to put on a chart. You certainly can. And what's also is interesting, you can you could come over here. Let's see. We could change this, and we could compare everything versus the Qs. So you can see Facebook, and we need to change. Let's see. Let's change this one, so we can be looking at the same thing. And let me see. Let me go ahead and take that one off for now. So you can kind of see, the Facebook versus the Qs if you wanted to. It's just kind of started, it's been on an uptrend, but started outperforming just the last part of June into July. It's kind of dipped back down, obviously, but started to outperform. Amazon, that's been on fire, so you would expect it's been one of the top performers in the Qs for a long time. And again, we got this time here, and this dips down and comes up. So an interesting little move there when the 1 month pokes above, and the 6 month has been outperforming. So let's see what else. Well, I can do Apple. And Apple's been kind of underperforming the Qs basically for a little while. So it's always interesting to see which stocks are strongest in which index, and kind of give you an idea of basically where money's going, where people are buying stocks, and where they're selling stocks. So I basically use it, just compare everything to the SPY. So we'll put that back and make sure we got our little quote mark there. So do that, change this back, and there we are. So now we're back. And let's see what else. Let me go over and we'll show you the scanner, so we can let's see, we'll do something like Facebook. We know it's been above, well, all the, I guess the FANG stocks have been doing well versus SPY in the last month or so. So we'll see how we'll show you the scanner, and you can see how that correlates. So if you want to find things, say, that have just started going positive with their 6-month performance, or 1 month, or even the weekly, or whatever time frame is interesting to you, you can do that. Okay, just going to show you how this fits in the scanner. You can see we have the symbol comparison indicator loaded. I always just pick things that have at least 1 million shares a day and are closing over $20. So maybe this is something you want to do, or different parameters or whatever. But the big, the interesting part here is the use of the indicator, the symbol comparison. So these are the default settings, and we're going to look at the long term. Remember, that would be the one that corresponds to the long term length here, which would be 126 days, which is about 6 months in trading days. So looking for anything that is above 0, so that's outperforming the SPY over the 6-month time frame. And to show you the symbol universe, I've just got the S&P 500 stocks picked. So there's that, and here's the result of that, showing you all the S&P 500 stocks that are outperforming the SPYs. And you can see it just shows you how many bars, so I usually just put them in order. So this is just saying it's got 1 bar, so it's just starting to outperform. So these are the ones that are just starting to outperform when looking at a 6-month window. And then obviously as you go down the list, these are the ones that have been above it longer, and 250, where basically for the past year. Obviously it could go longer, but we only loaded 250 days in our criteria for the search. So come over here like WEC, go back to our chart and RadarScreen. Let me resize some of this just to show a little more real estate, but like WEC, see what we see. And as you can see, 1 day here, it's been going up, obviously, it's been marching up, so now it's just that the 6-month performance has started to outperform. And it's just to show you that this is what the chart would look like for the results in RadarScreen. Let's see if we go back. We can look at, I don't know, what's something that's, I'll just look at something. What's this? HCP. We can go over to our screen here, put that in, and you can see, it was 6 days, and so you can see the trend has just started to outperform. Obviously, it's been going up for a while, so it takes a while, for this 6-month performance to start overtaking the SPYs, to show you that this is a stock with strength. So just to show you what it looks like in the scanner and the charts and the radar screens and how these correlate. Like I say, I usually use it to find stocks that have been outperforming for a while. The 6-month time frame is interesting. I don't know, there's a lot of things I've read that basically stocks that are outperforming on a longer time frame tend to keep outperforming, and if they're underperforming, they tend to keep underperforming. I mean, not too profound of a statement there, I guess, but it's interesting that there's research to back that up. And then so this indicator is just something I use to kind of try to help me to find stocks that are outperforming, and then those are where I start looking maybe to see if there's things I'm interested in doing. But this is a indicator that you can use it any way you want, whatever time frames. These are just the default time frames. Change it up, find something longer, shorter, whatever combo makes sense to you, and see what you can figure out. There's a free trial for the indicator, so please take a look at it, see if it works for you, and I'd love to hear from you if you've got comments or suggestions. So thanks for watching.